Hello and welcome to an update on my one patch stop smoking journey. I've got a decaf coffee in a Tim Hortons cup, but it's only one that I made myself because I went to Tim Hortons and I paid £2.65 for a decaf coffee and I asked for milk as well. So they gave me milk in my decaf Americano, and then I drank it, and now I've made another one in the cup because I like it. It's fun. Makes you think that you've got something special. And also, I suppose it saves the planet by reusing your cup. Anyway, today it's good news today, rather than the usual bad news. I've been maybe 6 hours without a cigarette. So, um, basically, a while. I had one when I woke up and one when I was having a bath, or before the bath, maybe. And uh, I think I can give a few tips on what to do to help with getting to 6 hours cigarette free. Um, this is both for other people if they're interested, and for me if I look back on this video in the future. So the most important thing that I did was I had a game of squash, which is a very energetic sport. Now, if you're a smoker, like sort of like me, I suppose, you can't run very well, but it's a bit stop and start, so it's not that impossible. It's not impossible to play stop and start sports. I also believe cycling is fairly doable if you've got smokers kind of lungs. So I do recommend a good uh, 20-30 minutes intense exercise. And if it's something competitive, that helps because it doesn't feel like work then. But if you don't manage that, then a jog is good. Maybe even if it's just a 5 minute jog, or go to the gym, or I don't know what. But everyone should exercise. You should all be doing exercise, no matter what your age, even if it's just moving your arms in a chair. You can go on YouTube and get chair exercise videos for the obese, stretches, yoga. Joe Wicks does videos for the elderly, which I do sometimes, even though I'm not that elderly. There's all sorts of exercises you can do. Just go on YouTube, find just like I said, Joe Wicks is good. He does 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and he's done a entire program, I think, for the seniors, which you can start with day one and move on to day two and so forth. I'm not sure about that, whether it's for seniors or for the unfit, something like that. There's all sorts available for free on YouTube, or you can get a book from a charity shop, or you can get a DVD from a HMV or a shop like that. Anything, you should be doing exercise no matter who you are, once or twice a week at least. Not too much because your body needs time to recover. So I played squash today. I might play next on Friday, which is Monday today. No, it's not. It's just gone into Tuesday. So if I'm going to do any exercise over the next few days before I play squash on Friday, it'll be some light swimming or some light stretching. And if I do some stretching, I've got a few books that I can refer to. Um, I'll just do some stretches in the living room. I always leave a little bit of time after I've eaten. I don't eat straight away and then exercise. I don't eat and then exercise straight away. So I recommend leaving 2 hours after you've eaten, but some people completely disagree with me on that. Some people say it's good to eat before you exercise. I say don't eat before you exercise. That's what I've done all my life. I leave 2 hours after I've eaten. You can have drinks, of course, but not alcohol. But I don't drink alcohol anyway. I've given up alcohol. And that's a decaf coffee, by the way. Um, Another tip is to keep busy. Find something you're interested in. I mean, we're all adults by now, or I assume we're all sort of middle-aged people watching this. You've had a lifetime. You've had many interests. For me, I decided to splash out on BT Sports. It's £25 on the Chromecast on the internet only option, which is a lot of money. I'm not rich, I need that money, but I just felt like watching the Roma game, so I splashed out £25, and then after that I was watching goals on BT Sports, and that was fascinating. It's just nice to see all the different stadiums around Italy and France, wherever they were showing the goals, and then the rally came on, the Greek Acropolis rally, which I love rally. I'm not a massive rally fan. I just find it interesting. So I was watching the rally, and that inspired me to play an old rally game that I had upstairs, Colin McRae 2005, and I have been researching different rally games that have the Greek rally in them, and they're too expensive for me, but you can buy them. I think there's one called Dirt 2.0, which is 17.99 on the internet. I've already spent too much, so I'm not going to buy that, and it probably would be too slow on my computer anyway. But that's one for the future. What I'm saying is, find something you're interested in, get engrossed in it, and that way you won't even think about cigarettes. Because remember, you've got the patch on, you won't think about cigarettes because you don't need them unless you've got that nagging thought in your head. But the way to overcome that is do an intense burst of exercise or just change your environment. It's like when you're angry, you need to get out of the situation. If you're in a car and you can't stop thinking about cigarettes, um, I don't have a tip for you there. If you're on a long drive, but my advice in my I suppose my advice is once you've done it once, you, you'll find it a lot easier the second time. So if you go on a long drive and you think, how can I cope without a cigarette? Maybe get some chewing gum or some nice drink, something a little treat. I know it's not the same as cigarettes, but what you have to realize is that once you stop the cigarettes, all these other things which you know are nice, like a milkshake or a coffee or a, a chocolate or a sunset or a hug or anything you like, a video game, a good episode of Coronation Street on TV, a good episode of Game of Thrones, all these things, you'll once you stop smoking, you'll start to enjoy them properly, and you'll be happier with them. So it's not like you're giving up and not getting anything in return. You're giving up and you're enjoying other things more. And, and that happens straight away. Once if you go through a craving, let's say you're on a long drive and you think, oh, I'd like a cigarette. Well, you've got the patch on, so you don't really need it. And then you stop at a restaurant and you have a meal. So let's say beans on toast with a cup of tea with sugary tea. You'll sit down and you think, I got through that craving. I've got all I need. I've got my patch. I've got the beans on toast and a cup of tea. and you'll really enjoy that beans on toast and cup of tea more because that's how the brain works. If you can resist the cravings, you'll get through them, and your brain will be primed for enjoyment after that suffering. It's like you can't have the highs without the lows. The low is craving a cigarette and not having one. The high comes later, but not much later. This is, it's and the craving doesn't even matter that much, particularly because you're wearing a patch. But if you're like me and you give in to cravings very easily, all I can say is uh, carry on trying, keep watching these videos. I don't get paid or anything, but it's nice to know that people watch my videos. And even it just cutting down is good. And with cigarettes, you have to cut down sometimes. We all know if we smoke with if you smoked as much as we wanted, we'd be smoking 80 or 90 a day. So you got to cut down sometimes because that's what people find with vaping. With vaping, it's so easy to just keep doing it, and you want it more and you want it more to get the same buzz, the same enjoyment, and it never stops. You've got to limit it, and that's not fun. And that's what is a part of all smokers' lives. If you think that cravings are bad, then you'll realise, if as a smoker you have cravings all the time. So it's normal, really. Anyway, I'm going to look at the Racing Post, see if there's anything happening. I think there's NFL tonight on Sky. Um, and I don't know if it's on the BBC or highlights or something. But I mean, I pay a big proportion of my income on sports TV. I just love it. I love sports TV, and I don't recommend these cheap um, Amazon Fire Sticks and that. I used to use the illegal websites in the past myself, and I was finding that they were cutting out just before a goal happened, and it was just too often to be a coincidence. They know what you're doing. If you're stealing sports, they're onto you. They don't like it, and it's not good. But if you can't afford the sports channels, I got yesterday I wasn't subscribed to BT Sports because I was saving my money, but today I thought I'll splash out because I've got a bit of savings. I haven't got much, but I mean my income comes and goes. Why am I rambling so much? But anyway, Sky Sports on Now TV is usually I think it's 33.99. So I cancelled that, but it said, "Do you want to special offer 19.99 for 3 months?" So I said, "Okay, I won't cancel." Look how bald I am. It's ridiculous. So as it happens, I can watch Sky Sports tonight, and if I want to watch the NFL, I might do the American football. And I had a bet on it because the Racing Post said that uh, you should bet on Seattle to win the handicap. So when they have a handicap, they set it to evens. Oh dear, excuse me. They set the main handicap to a position so that each bet is equally likely. So Seattle plus 6 points is the best bet according to the Sky Sports. But I just bet on Seattle straight up. and I got 5-2 on. So that's in uh, 15, 20, 27 minutes that starts. And I might read the article about it. I don't really understand American football. I understand baseball quite well. And I don't understand all the rules of basketball either. That's very complicated. But at least basketball is fairly simple fundamentally. I don't even understand the basics really of American football. Excuse me for rubbing my nose so much. But I like the Racing Post, even though it's expensive. It usually gives me a few good tips, and somehow I end up. I have a few 50p bets here and there. Like for example, today I had £3.95, I think, or £3.93 on Roma to beat Empoli. Uh, and yesterday I had uh, maybe £1 or £2 on Boca Juniors to beat River Plate, the Super Classico. Why am I going on so much about sport? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.